AMD Ryzen 5 7600X review. With 6 cores, 12 threads, and a boost clock speed of 5.3 GHz. The Ryzen 5 7600X isn't messing around, with an increase of 0.6 GHz at boost from the Ryzen R 5600X. The shift to AMD's new AM5 platform may be a negative for some potential purchasers, but it also comes along with upgrades to PCIe 5.0 and DDR5 memory. With the arrival of the first PCIe 5.0 SSD drives, they're finally able to offer faster speeds than previous generations. However, the fact that PCIe 5.0 isn't compatible with older DDR4 RAM means that most people who buy these SSDs won't be able to use them for anything else. It's important to progress, but we're not going to be able to use DDR5 for quite some time yet. With an AMD Radeon RX 5700 XT, you get a powerful GPU that doesn't require a discrete GPU. It has integrated features like KV1 and HEP decoding, plus support for DisplayPort 2, HDMI 2.1, and USB Type-C. Another addition clearly designed to keep up with Intel is support for its new AVX 512 instructions. In layman's language, these instructions were initially developed by Intel to speed up computations in high-end computing tasks such as 3D modeling, financial analysis, and artificial intelligence. They essentially let your processor run more complex calculations faster, which is a big deal. The X570 chipset does not include a built-in fan controller, meaning users will likely have to purchase an external fan controller if they wish to control the fans themselves. While we would love to see Corsair take advantage of the situation and release a high-end X570 motherboard with integrated fan controls, unfortunately, the company has yet to do so. That said, we expect that any future X570 boards will offer these features, especially given how popular the current lineup of X470 boards is. It's no surprise that the new Ryzen 9 3900X has better performance than any previous generation of CPUs from AMD. Those powerful cores also leave the 12800K in the dust when comparing multi-core scores. Games like Metro, Exodus, F1 2022, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider perform extremely well with average gains of more than 20%. Other games don't perform nearly as well, but they're still impressive gains with average gains of more than 10%. One area where the 7700K falls short is in tasks like video editing and encoding. Our Handbrake, Blender, and Premiere Pro tests give similar results to those of our 12600K review unit, so we don't think it's a complete failure. However, the 7700K isn't a good choice if you're looking for a CPU for creative professionals. Performance in multi-threaded applications was not affected much by these problems. In single-threaded tests, however, the Ryzen 5 2600 performed better than the Core i5 6600K. That said, the difference between the two processors was relatively small. So if you're primarily concerned about performance in games, then the Ryzen 5 2600 might just be your best bet.